And welcome back to the Leveled Up Podcast, where today we're leveling up with
Omar Quintero.
the man, the myth, the legend. All right, now we're going to get into some random, some might say useless, and some might say fun facts. Omar, are you ready?
Completely fun fact, yeah.
Yes. Okay, today we're going to start off with rubber bands will last much longer when they are refrigerated.
So what happens when you freeze them?
This says it causes the polymers to relax. This keeps the bands from breaking down as fast as it normally does. Which begs the question, have you ever seen those YouTube videos when like people like put a bunch of rubber bands around a water balloon?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
Do you think you would need less rubber bands if you froze them or more rubber bands?
I feel like less because they're more like resistant.
Yeah,
You
I
know
would
what I mean?
agree with you about that. I would agree with you.
Yeah, so what happens if you warm them up?
That is a very good question. All right.
For another time. No.
Yes. The next random fact is there are 293 ways to make change for $1.
So like combinations.
Yeah, it's a lot of combinations. I wonder what's the most like random one, like asking for like 30 cents and like
Yeah.
1 quarter, 2 dimes, and like 15 pennies or something like that.
Yeah, if I was a cashier, I'd just be like, get out of this.
I would just quit that
Yeah.
day if they asked me. Okay, moving on. The Grand Theft Auto franchise has lawsuits that total over $1 billion.
Like lawsuits made against them?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
This says Rockstar North, which is the company, has faced many legal claims of copyright and influencing young players to commit sexual and illegal acts.
Copyright for the music they use?
I think so, maybe. It just says copyright, so I'm not totally sure.
I never really
But-
thought about that. I just thought
I can
that-
kind of see that
yeah.
with parents and everything, and
Mhm.
like how big of a franchise. $1 billion is a lot of money.
Yeah.
What would you do with $1 billion?
Make a game that is better than GTA. No. So that I would get sued further.
Yeah. Alrighty. Moving on again for the 4th or 5th fact. The eye of an ostrich is bigger than its brain. I think
Wait,
I've heard this
eye?
one before. The eye of an
Oh,
ostrich
Yeah, we've heard that before.
is bigger than its
Okay,
brain.
I feel like we heard it in Mr. Ward's class. Like in
I
his-
think he said that. I think he said it like a week ago. Mr. Ward, show the picture of your Google Slides.
We just exposed you. Ooh. No, I'm
Not so random, Mr. Ward.
kidding. I mean, it is random because we did search it up.
Yes, it is random. Okay, moving on. A dime officially has 118 ridges on its edge.
I don't know what to do with this.
I'm going to be honest. I'll just move on. I really not sure what that means. This is definitely a fact. On average, a secretary will use its left hand for 56% of what they type on a keyboard.
Wait,
Okay, so back in middle school, I took like a typewriting class when I was at
Yeah.
Hutch. But
Me too.
like trying to do it, I think it's pretty even. Is that just like the word secretaries type, or is it actually? I guess maybe the right side is more of the apostrophes and commas and stuff. Like there's a couple of those.
well, like think about it, because the
Well,
numbers.
no, just what they type.
Because the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 are
Oh,
on the left side. 'Cause, yeah,
yes.
so
Secretaries probably type like numbers and stuff a lot.
yeah.
And also, this says most of the most common letters in the English are on the left side of the
Oh, yeah.
keyboard. A, E,
So like the vowels. So like
I don't- I and O are on the right side, and
What? Sometimes Y.
Y is also on the right side. So AESD. That is a weird fact.
Yeah,
that is
sorry.
a very weird fact. All right, we're going to move on. The largest pair of eyes in the entire world belongs to the giant squid. They are officially at least 25 centimeters across.
Dang.
That is wild. It says the eyes are the size of soccer balls. I never want to meet one of those. Like,
Yeah.
imagine just going out for a swim and you swim like 6 miles out into the
gosh.
middle of the Pacific Ocean. Just
Staring
has-
contest.
Yeah. That'd be the scariest. That'd be like a nightmare type
Yeah.
deal.
Oh my gosh. I don't like to visualize that, but I am.
Yeah. I'm sorry for the nightmares any of our viewers could potentially have
Yeah,
after
sorry.
that. And this fact is interesting concerning Pokemon. The Pokemon Rhydon was the first to ever be created.
Right on. I don't know much about Pokemon, but isn't that like a
I'm not sure. Mr. Ward, can you put a picture
Yeah.
of Rhydon right about here? Yes. So that is Rhydon. I'm going to be honest. I do play Pokemon games, or I used to when I was little. I kind of thought the first Pokemon ever made was Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu.
But that just might be because it's the most famous one. All right. Moving on. The dot over the small letter I is called a title.
so?
I'm really not sure why it's called the title. Like, it titles the letter, I guess. Maybe. That's kind of...
Because I ever heard anyone say, "Oh, the title on the I."
Yeah, nobody's like, did you title your eye?
Did you No, yeah. No.
Okay, this is actually pretty interesting. Japan has 23 vending machines per person.
Whoa. What the heck?
Okay, think about it. If they made all vending machines free and divided them up in ownership, think about how many chips you could have.
Oh my god.
You could
Oh
have
my-
chips for the
it'll-
next, like, months,
Yeah.
years, maybe.
It'll like solve the world hunger.
Yeah. Just give, like, 22 of those vending machines to, like, countries that need them.
That's why I think they say rise of the machines, because the machines outnumber the Japan's population.
So that's how the world
my
is
gosh.
slowly going to be not machinized. Technology take over. Yeah, that's
taken
what
over
I'm
by
saying.
technology. That's weird to think about.
Okay, the next fact. Soccer balls were once used for playing basketball.
I mean,
That's weird. I mean, I've done that before, like when I was little and even like just messing around, but they have a totally different purpose, so they
Yeah.
don't like bounce as well. So I'm like,
what I mean,
that is weird.
you could like kick it into the basket. Well, that should be a new sport.
This is the first basketballs were not produced until 1894. That means
Whoa,
for
what the
3 years upon the invention of the game, people were using non-regulated balls. What if they were using like any ball? You just had a football.
Just a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
4-3.
Okay, moving on. Putting sugar on a cut will make it heal faster.
I don't trust that.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna hurt anyways. But
Yeah, all of these facts are according to facts.net. That just sounds like it'll make it more painful, and I'm not going to test that one out.
yeah, no. 1 minute.
X-rays can't detect real diamonds. I'm
Wait.
not sure why we ever needed to hear that fact, but
Wait.
it's out there. So X-rays cannot detect real diamonds.
So that's why they have diamond testers.
Yes, that's why the YouTubers don't go around the malls with X-rays.
Yeah, they're gonna get exposed. 30 seconds, 20 seconds.
Alrighty, moving on. As we're closing up here,
What's the
penguins fly
last fact? Wait, what?
underwater.
Oh, dang it. Oh. That would've been
Penguins
so
can
cool.
swim up to. Okay, this was a little bit of a hyperbole, as they do not fly underwater. They just swim up to 25 miles per hour underwater.
That's still pretty
That's
fast.
like, that'd be a cool superpower to have. Because you could think about it, you could swim across like the ocean, just chilling, like fast.
Yeah.
So,
That is pretty cool.
as we think about all these fun facts today, hopefully one of them have inspired you to research something or do something in your life that's productive.
To
All
buy
right.
sugar on your injury.
Yes, we do not recommend trying that one at
probably
home.
not.
All right, but today, I would say we've leveled up. And thank you, and we're signing out. Peace.
Well, welcome into this podcast. I'm here with Zeke, and I'm JP, here with JP Productions. And today, we'll be talking about and going over a bunch of weird current events going on in the world right now. Let's go ahead and just ask Zeke if he knows any current events that are going on.
All right, JP, I actually have a solid 2 for us. So both of these, should I say, festivals came from the website Hostel World. So thank y'all for giving me this source, I guess you could say.
Shout out.
So the first one is called La Tamotina, and it's held in Spain every August. Basically, it's a tomato fight with as many people gather in the central town, and they literally have a fight with tomatoes, and it doesn't end until like you go home. It says here in the streets of Buno. So they're literally in public, like just dishing out tomatoes, like, and it's literally a messy fight. But the one thing about this festival, it's not free. You gotta pay to get in.
You gotta pay to get in.
I don't know if you bring your own tomatoes, if they supply them. Surely not, but you know what I'm saying. So I found that one pretty interesting. And then my second one, this one came off even to me as a shock. But National Toe Wrestling Championship. Yes, this one
Like thumb wars, but with your toes.
and it's an actual thing. Like people like attend to this. So basically, you know, as it goes, you wrestle with your toes, and you interlock your toes like this, kind of, and then the first person to push the other foot down flat wins. And I actually have a quick fact. My uncle, he was actually in this championship. Now, growing up, me and my uncle always used to wrestle around, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is pretty weird, but we used to wrestle around, and when he would like use his feet to pin me down, he had some strong feet, right?
Yeah.
But I would have never thought that he would have actually like did this
Your
because
uncle, like, does he still do it?
I don't know. I haven't like talked to him in like a couple months, but from what I remember, he came home and he told me that he went through this, and I was wondering why he left for like 3 weeks, and I didn't hear nothing from him. But I guess he was out in what?
Dude, next time you
in
talk to
the
him,
UK, just he didn't win, but you know, I guess that attempt is all that matters, right?
next time you talk to him, dude, you gotta ask him, be like, "Hey, do you train like for this?"
Yeah, I wonder like how that goes. 'Cause I
Just
know you have
lift
like
weights
you can,
with your toes.
yeah, you get thumb, but how do you lift weights with your toes? Like
I'm not sure.
I know the massagers have to go crazy on those. So
Oh yeah, for sure,
so JP, I'm gonna flip it to you. Do you have any other stories that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, you know, I got this one off of CBS News because it's pretty crazy. A man built a tank, but it's not like a tank. It's a taxi tank. And so this is in England, and basically what he does is he goes around picking up people, asking them where they want to go, and he'll take them around on the streets in a tank. And you know, it's black, and it's pretty cool looking, and it's pretty loud. So it gives off the real vibe of it being
Of an
a
actual
tank.
tank.
Yeah, but you know it's not like any type of war or anything because
there's
they
no
like,
arms on it.
and all the people's heads are like, you know, here's the roof, and their heads are like poking out, just
like,
looking around.
Those buses they have in England, like the double decker ones.
Yeah, the
kinda?
ones where they're on top and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that's kind of what it's like. And I think it like held like 12 to 14 people is whatever I saw. And
Really?
that was pretty weird, but cool at the same time. So shout out to this man, whoever made this and took the time, because
That's literally like engineering, like to build a tank.
yeah.
That's first you gotta start off with learning how to build a car. So he has to have some experience in that field, and then to take it to a tank.
yeah.
And I wonder how he got that legalized. You know, because you could have some modified cars here in the U.S. that are like for racing, but they're not street legal.
It's facts.
To have a tank as a taxi, that's pretty wild, if I
That
say
is
so
wild.
myself.
I kind of want to go on it.
Yeah, I
Take
wonder. Yeah, I
take
wonder,
a trip to England just so I can meet this dude. Ask him, I'll pay you 100. What's that currency in England?
Euros.
Euros.
We don't want to offend nobody. I hope it's euros.
But
And
pay
then I'll
him
go.
as much, and then just be like, hey, just take me around this whole town.
Or I'll pay. We can pay him to get on the taxi,
Oh yeah,
and then we can go to the International Toe Wrestling Championship.
that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty
We
dope.
might be able to see your uncle, if he still does it. If he still
Who knows?
does
Who
it.
knows? And what was that other story you had on us for us today?
You know, I saw this on ABC News. It's pretty crazy. A man from Massachusetts entered a zoo. It's not crazy until he
What?
gets arrested. He got arrested, yeah. They just went ahead and just gave him, I think it was like trespassing, even though.
Wait, so did he enter the okay, first of all, did he enter the zoo when it was off like company hours? Like, was it closed and he decided to go in?
You know, that's usually what I was looking for, but it did not say.
So-
it just said that he got arrested.
So
for,
we're thinking that he literally came to the zoo.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure he was trespassing in
Like
a bad way,
trespass, yeah.
but it's kind of bad on how they just didn't even list that.
Yeah, they just said like man gets arrested, or did he like go into an enclosure? Cause like you think that's like the obvious thing to think is, you know, oh he came during like night, which I think that was something that would be stated,
Yeah.
but it might be like he went into an enclosure with different animals, and you never know people's motives.
Yeah, no, people just
So
like jump into a tiger enclosure.
tiger, yeah, there's
Yeah.
literally people with pet tigers. So like maybe he was trying to like get one for himself. Who knows? But like he actually got arrested off of that, which makes pretty good sense actually.
I don't know. I don't go to zoos. I have a fear.
You have a fear of zoos?
Yeah, because last time I was there, I was young and I got stung by a wasp.
What kind of wasp?
I'm not sure. I was too young.
Did it hurt?
Oh, it stung so bad. I was crying for a whole day.
The one I've only been to the zoo twice. One was in San Antonio, one was in Amarillo. The one in Amarillo I didn't enjoy because I was just scared because I was in the gorilla enclosure,
Oh, yeah.
and you know how they have like that glass. Well, I was like standing right there, and the gorilla came up and he just started boom, 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 and I got scared, so I didn't even want to get close to any of the animals, right? So I don't know. I can understand your almost PTSD with the zoos, but would you be interested in going to this tomato fight? How do you think? How do you see yourself experiencing that? Cause like me personally, I feel like it would be fun, but I feel like some people would take it to that next level
That's
and
what I'm
actually try to like
saying.
pelt you.
I
you know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
some people would put like stuff inside of the tomatoes. Like you don't
Yeah,
know if they
if-
got acid or like any
They
type
could
of
have, like-
weapon inside of it.
yeah,
so
like
if
a
it hits you
small-
and just ooh.
Cause like I said, I'm guessing you're supplying your own. Cause I don't know who's providing literally
All these
the
tomatoes.
countless tomatoes that you're just having
Yeah.
to fight with, and this is every year. So maybe like, who knows? Like Spain is like can harvest a lot of tomatoes, but I think they can only grow so much. As far as toe wrestling championship, I don't know. Maybe it runs in my blood, and I can I can run up in that. Who knows though? And then tanks, you know, that's pretty cool. I think I feel like that we can really.
Yo, you good, man? All right. We'll keep going. Zeke over here just laughing, you know, having a good time. That's the whole reason why I brought him onto the podcast.
right.
To have fun, to just talk about weird events. But Zeke, I think this is gonna wrap it up for this podcast. Thank you for joining us on JP Productions, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Take care.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Generation Podcast, where we have a random art background here, and we basically just talk about things. So today's, I am joined by,
I'm Fabian.
yes, and we're going to be talking about movies and stuff. So, like, Fabian, what's your favorite movie?
That's a hard pick. My favorite movie, I have a lot of favorites, but
Mhm.
if I had to say one I watch a lot, Well, when I used to have like Disney Plus,
Oh yeah.
I would watch. I think it was all the Avengers movies. So pretty
Oh,
much
yeah.
all the Marvel movies,
Oh yeah. Those are beautiful, beautiful movies. Absolutely amazing.
top tier.
Now, out of all the Marvel movies, is there one that's your favorite, or do you just like the whole collection of them?
I do like the whole collection, but like my top favorite would have to be. Actually, there's two top favorites because I like the Thor Ragnarok and I
Oh,
like
yeah.
the Black Panther movie. I like both of those.
Whenever he tries to take the ball and smash the window, but it bounces back into him and slaps him.
That was
Oh,
a good
man.
movie.
That was. It
Yeah.
was
Do
great.
you have any favorite movies?
I do, and it's actually probably not what a lot of you would like imagine my favorite movie to me. And I'm actually a sucker for older kind of like heartfelt movies.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like Forrest Gump and The Breakfast Club. Have you seen either of those?
I've heard of Forrest Gump. I've never seen The Breakfast Club.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just totally in love with those movies because it's such a like grow up moment, and it there's just a lot of like positivity that goes in it, and it's just
So like cult classics.
yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
I mean, most of them like Forrest Gump and The Breakfast Club have to be like my top two favorites.
Okay, well that's
Yeah.
good. All right, our topic though today is are streaming services killing the movie industry, like cinemas and theaters?
I don't know. See, like I would think that they would be just because everybody's like, oh, I can be at the confines of my home and like I don't have to go anywhere, and especially with this whole blah blah blah, blah. I'm gonna mute that out because it's like not. I don't know if we're allowed to say it or not, but because of the whole thing that's been going on, people haven't really been allowed to go to the movie theaters as much as they used to. And I'm sure like there have been things that have been let off and people are starting to go back to normal now. But I just imagine like everybody would want to go onto those online platforms. What do you think?
I think not, because
Really?
they both have their, what would you call it? Their
Benefits.
benefits. Yes.
Yeah.
When you're online, you know, you want to like say you get Netflix or Disney Plus, it's just $10 a month.
Yeah.
Now you rather $10 a month to watch pretty much every movie, every show,
Oh yeah, that's true.
just for $10 a month.
They have the whole spectrum too.
When
So-
you in a theater, you would have to pay at least who knows how much, like $15, $20 just to go watch that movie that one time. Don't
That's
get to
true.
rewatch it again.
That's true. But also, they do get like that you get to watch the newest movies first. when you're
That's
in the
another
movie
benefit
theaters.
of the theaters. The theaters, whenever there's a new release, normally the streaming services don't get that first.
Exactly.
The theaters
right.
will get that first.
Yes.
And so the theaters will get all the publicity and stuff, all the people sell out, all that, everything for about however long the movie's there, because people are going to want to go watch it. But once it goes back onto the online services, slowly people fade away from the theaters once again and then go back to the online because,
Yeah.
again, you know, it's cheaper there and you can just rewatch it.
Yeah.
But another benefit of theaters is the overall experience.
Yes, that's what I was
Yeah.
actually going to think about. That's what I was going to talk about too. But like,
Yeah.
you know, you get the whole surround sound, really dark room, and then sometimes it's fun to have other people because somebody will like, I don't know,
Commentate on it.
Commentate. Someone will
Yeah.
say something stupid, and then the whole theater starts laughing.
Yeah.
And then-
So yeah, overall the experience when you're in a theater compared to when you're just watching, let's say, on your laptop or on your phone, it's a whole different experience.
Oh yeah.
But another con of like theaters compared to like when you're at home watching it is the snacks, which is another topic, a part of this rest and wear snacks. But a con of the theaters is the expensive theater food.
Exactly right, and
Really
like that's why everybody's like sneaking in snacks and whatever because like nobody's gonna want to buy like a $5 pack of M&Ms.
When you can just be at home and eat like all the food you got for free.
Yeah, or like go to Costco and get a $5 box of M&Ms, and then
Exactly.
you get the whole thing just right there.
And boom, you're good.
Exactly. So
And
that's,
then
I always like sneaking in snacks. So
you sneak
I'm
in
not gonna lie.
snacks.
Oh yeah.
I haven't snuck in snacks at all before because I barely go to the
Really?
theater.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's another thing. People don't frequently go as much as they used to
Exactly right.
because since, you know, it's on our phones or pretty much with us wherever we go.
Yeah.
The thing just, you know, and it's always another con about theaters. I think it's a con is the time like you have to get there. Like a movie set for a certain time. Like let's say you got to be there by 7:20 to catch the what are they called?
The like
Previews?
previews.
Yeah.
The previews.
You have to be there to catch those. Otherwise, you're gonna miss pretty much a good part of the movie by the time you actually do show up. I think that's another con, but at the same time, it's like a pro con. Like it's in between because they have to do that in order to schedule all the movies. People can buy their tickets, but I think that's it. They both got their own pros. They got their own cons, everything like that. But we got to move on to our next topic.
Yes.
Like we said earlier, the snacks. What are the worst and best movie snacks and why?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I don't really buy snacks at the movie theaters. I usually bring some, but I'm gonna have to say, probably some of the best snacks, or at least my favorites, have to be either probably Sour Patch Kids or Yorks.
Yorks.
I'm really a big fan of Yorks, like the minty and chocolatey. Do you like that kind of stuff? Or?
I've never had those before, but
Really?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness, you've never had one?
I'm not a mint guy. I don't like minties.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see now. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, but those have to be my two favorites, and I'd probably have to choose probably the Yorks.
The Yorks.
That's my
That's the
favorite.
best. What about the
Yeah.
worst?
The worst? Ooh, I feel like it would be obvious for me to say like the chocolate covered raisins, but yeah, I actually had some of those and I was like, oh, these are actually kind of good. But the more you eat of them, it's like the more you're just like,
Tired of
I
them.
don't know what I'm doing.
And they just get fed up with them and tired
Yeah,
of them.
exactly. So that would probably be one of my worst ones. What do you think?
Well, I'm a big foodie, but the thing sometimes it depends on what theaters you go to. I'm not gonna say which theater specifically, but a theater here in Lubbock, Texas. They have a variety of foods you could say. They have their own. They have tenders.
Ooh.
Disgusting. They had mozzarella sticks. Disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Fountain drinks, but everybody likes fountain drinks. Too
Yeah.
expensive though. The popcorn. Popcorn's popcorn.
Oh yeah.
All the candies. But if I had to pick, from my experience, the worst cinema food I've ever had. Well, I can't say the name of the place, but it was the mozzarella sticks.
Ooh.
Oh, they were cold. They were cold.
Now, is that the only reason why, or did it just also just taste not the greatest?
There was no taste. I couldn't taste nothing because the cheese was solid. It was like, have you ever had the cheese sticks you peel off?
Well, I'm not really a fan of cheese, so I don't.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know it. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
It was like it catfished me because the outside was crusty. It was not like crusty like that. It was like crunchy, fried. It was, warm, and then you bite into it. It just feels like you're biting
freezing
into a
cold.
solid piece of cheese.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that sounds.
I got it half off, but didn't even make a difference.
It's like whenever you buy food, and even though it's at a discount, it just still tastes really,
Oh, it wasn't
really
even a
bad.
discount. It was just because my friends helped me out.
Oh.
My friends gave me a discount.
Okay, I got you.
So I mean, yeah, it wasn't bad, but
Yeah.
it was pretty bad. But the best theater food. I can't say popcorn. Popcorn's too basic.
Yeah.
I'd have to say the food you bring in yourself.
Yeah.
That's the best
Definitely.
food
Mm-hmm.
because it's your choice.
I did have Crunchy Nerds once, and I bought it actually in the theater.
Mhm.
Those were pretty good. And
Yeah.
by Crunchy Nerds, I mean they're like these egg shapes, and they're about this big.
Yeah, I know what
And
you're talking about.
Yeah, and you bite into them, and it's crunchy, but then it's soft on the inside. Those things.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Those are really good.
Candies are always the go-to for whenever you go to the theater because it's always expensive, so it's better to not saying you should, but if you want to bring in your own food.
Yeah,
But yeah, those are pretty much our thoughts on that. Do we think the streaming services are killing the theaters? Not really. Well, I don't think
Yeah.
so, but I don't think they're gonna kill them anytime soon since
Right.
theaters got their own pros.
Exactly. And the likelihood of people deciding they don't want to go to movie theaters anytime soon is kind of ridiculous. There's
Yeah.
still going to be people who are going to want to go to the movie theater, so I don't think they're going to die off.
All right, well, I think we're pretty much wrapped up here. Those are our thoughts on everything,
That's
and
it. Yeah.
you have a good rest of y'all's day.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next Generation Podcast. See you later.